Welcome to the first ever Webinar Wednesday. Can't even say it properly. This is what we're going to be moving forward each and every single week, where we share behind the scenes of what we're doing to help grow our health and fitness businesses, in particular our coaching programs. We'll get more into that as we dive into it. But just know this, we're going to share with you exactly what we're doing, not theory, not fluff, not bump, what other gurus are saying. We're showing exactly what we're doing to grow our personal training businesses. I think is the best way to put it. So let's get going. Let's get started, cut straight into it. So what are we going to learn today? We're going to learn three things. First of all, we're going to learn about the ultimate small business growth formula. You guys need to know this. It's something we put together to help explain where the problems may be, where you're trying to get new leads or clients coming into your business. So you need to know this formula inside out. We're going to show you how to boost traffic, rank higher on Google, and dominate your competition, because that's how we do things here. We are an SEO specialist. We get all our traffic via organic methods. And third and finally, we're going to show you how to convert more traffic into leads and sales. Those are the three things we're going to go through today. But first, let's get a couple of things under the belts. Strength Matters is now a digital marketing agency for health and fitness businesses. We specialize in organic SEO traffic. Why is that? Because that's how we built our company, right? Now, for those who've been with Strength Matters a long time, we were in the training business, we were doing a lot of stuff. We are morphing now into the digital marketing world as an agency, because we split the company up in two. Because we have Cricket Matters, our sister company. See what I've done there? Cricket Matters. That's where all our training has gone to. Why is that? It's because I'm a cricket player. I've seen the niche, I've seen the market, I know the market inside out, and they need our help. So we're taking all our training and niching down into the world of cricket players. That's where we're going. That's what we're trying to do, right? So Cricket Matters is where our fitness company is, and Strength Matters is becoming more the digital marketing agency side of things. So we're fitness business first, digital marketing agency second. That's really important. I want to get into understand this. I'm not saying this because we're some random geeks in the middle of nowhere saying, hey, we think this works. We're saying and sharing with you exactly what is working with us and what we'll be doing in the future, okay? Or how we grow our business. And the only way to really understand digital marketing is to get your hands dirty, get into it and do it yourself, because nothing hurts you more than losing money. And the best way to learn is to lose money and learn from those mistakes and to avoid them as you move forward. So we're a fitness business first. I'm a coach first, athlete as well. And I'm a massive website geek after that. So think of this. We're sharing this from what we're doing behind the scenes. And the key thing here is, which is what everyone else is probably telling you to do, is go onto Facebook, go onto Instagram, use ads to do it. We don't do any paid advertising right now. Should we be? Yes, we can be doing paid advertising, but we don't need to be doing it at the moment because we have so many leads coming into us via organic methods. So the question is, how do we do this? Now, what I mean by that is if you Google athleticism as an example here now, we come up at the top. We are ranked top right under the dictionary definition. We get so many hits per month on that blog post alone. It's incredible. And we get so many leads coming in through that. Now, it's not just a one-off. If you type in fundamental human movements or 7 human movements, that will pop up. We come up top here. We get a huge amount of volume and traffic to that. Again, if we go to cricketers, just one example of that, deadlifting for cricketers or deadlift for cricketers, we come number 1, 2. And that is done on a really crappy website. And we're redoing the website at the moment to make it even better and to turbocharge it. But the point is, we have 30, 40 blog posts that rank number 1 in Google for the search terms they have. And a lot of traffic comes our way. That's how we get most of our leads and traffic into our business. Blogging is not dead. It's just part of a bigger picture that you need to start thinking about. And hopefully in this presentation, I'll show you exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it. So the question is, how do we do it? How do we do it? And what are we doing? So let's go into part 1, which is the small business growth formula for personal trainers. Have a look at this image. Tell me what you see. What does it mean? Does anyone know the quote or the phrase that comes to mind with this? Put it in the chat box if you know it, but have a look at that picture and tell me what you see as I take a quick sip on my drink. Now, if you haven't got it by now, it should be all roads lead to Rome, right? Look at Italy down the bottom there. Europe, all roads lead to Rome. So in terms of Rome, think of Rome as your business website, whether it's personal trainers, gym, yoga studio. Think of your website as being Rome and all roads lead to it. That is your hub, that is your HQ. It's where people come to. So think of this phrase as we go through the whole presentation. So to understand like what we call the growth formula, which is G equals T times C times S, what does that exactly mean? Well, you need to understand that your website is Rome. All roads lead to it, if I can say it properly. And this is the growth formula that we use. So in short form, growth equals traffic times conversions times sales, right? Growth equals traffic times conversions times sales. Let's talk about traffic. Most fitness business owners think they have a sales problem. They haven't got enough sales coming in. But in reality, when you dive deep enough into it, people have a traffic problem. They don't have enough eyeballs coming onto their business in the first place, right? Now, traffic can come from different means, right? It doesn't have to be from Google. Referrals is your best form of traffic, right? That will get you the most clients, bar none. So if you've got a good referral system in place, and people referring people to your personal training business, that is where the best traffic will come from. And you've got to see that as a traffic source. Likewise, speaking events, getting out and speaking events, a webinar like this is a potential form of traffic or new traffic to see and learn who you are. So multiple forms. Like again, classic example, I was in Serbia last week presenting a very similar presentation to this actually. And we were doing this networking thing. I've got like 40, 50 new people into the world of Strength Matters because at the end of that networking event, I gave them a reason to join in, subscribe to our email list. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Here they are today, and some of them on the calls, and I had a few calls with them yesterday. But networking events and public speaking events is a form of generating traffic. Likewise, Google. And also social media, if we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk less about social media today. We'll say that for another time and talk more and focus on Google. So people may think Google or social media to get traffic, but there's lots of other ways to get traffic. But the point is, all this traffic has got to go somewhere. Now, when we get the traffic right, and we get more traffic from whatever means we do it, whether it's posting on social media, whether it's an ad or whatever, we've then got to learn about how we convert that traffic. So awareness is where we create awareness, like the webinar today. We create the interest, and we've got to convert them into something else, which is something more than just like a first date almost. So we've got to understand this principle though. People, when they first learn about you and when they come to your website for the first time, over 95% of people who land on your website for the first time are not ready to buy your services. They're not ready to buy. Yet most people are always trying to push the sale straight out the gate, straight out the door. There's a number of reasons why this is. Number one is it's a high research nature industry. People are researching fitness all the time. They think they can do it themselves, right? Think about it. How many people have said to you, I can do this myself, I don't need you, or friends, family who say the same thing? It's a high research nature. They go and read stuff. They go and watch videos, whoever it may be, some crazy whack job on the right, there's some absolute crazy person on the left, whoever it is, it makes no difference. They're researching to learn to see what fits their lifestyle. It's a longer customer journey, right? Health and fitness is a hard sell, particularly personal training. It's a longer customer journey. It isn't until somebody realizes and wakes up one day they have an issue that they're going to buy it. Now, on the flip side, let's take massage. A sports massage is an easy sell. People see instant benefit, but personal training can be a longer journey. And again, content engagement is what people want to do. People are watching things, but that's not necessarily doing things. They're lurkers in the background, watching videos, watching content, but they're not taking action. So we've got to understand to sell personal training, it's a longer journey to come into your world as a personal training client. So what we have to do, though, is create this thing called a lead magnet. A lead magnet is to give them a reason to convert on your website to something else other than a sale, to then allow you to nurture them and build up this trust with them. So here's an example of what we use on Cricket Matters at the moment. So we're changing a few things on that website, but this is what we're using right now. So this is the thing that's been downloaded over 3,500 times in the last 6 months since putting the website live. A simple high-performance handbook, which is basically, if I'm being honest, a rip-off of our system of athletic training that we do on the Strength Matters website to help cricketers who want to score more runs, take more wickets, and feel like a pro, because that's what they want to do. I want to do that because I'm a cricketer. This is our free download option. So they come to the website. They're not ready to buy from us yet because they don't trust us. So what I'm trying to do is capture their attention and to nurture them, to draw them into the world of Cricket Matters, to educate them, to prove to them I'm trustworthy, I am an expert in my field, and I can help them. So that's our free download for these guys. Now, this is a Nourish Move Love is a really interesting case study at the moment in terms of organic growth. They're going after it hard, and their free lead magnet is a 7-day workout plans land in your inbox every Sunday. They give away workouts to get started, to just join up for the email list, and they give away free workouts. Great case study, and I'm watching them with intent at the moment, actually, to see what I can learn from them. Don't agree with everything they do, but however, they're doing their marketing for their audience extremely well. And then third and finally, Arnold Schwarzenegger is doing lead magnets. Even Arnie is doing a lead magnet right now. The 2024 Get Back in Shape plan. Think how many times that has been opted into right now with his 26.2 million followers. So the point is, if Arnie, one of the biggest personalities on the planet, is doing a lead magnet, why do you think that is? Because he knows they're not ready to convert into his new Pump Club app yet. He's got to get them into the email list, because email lists is where marketing is really at. It's a higher intent, higher user intent, and higher return on investment. And for the most part, it is free. Notice how at the moment I'm sharing strategies that don't cost you a thing, pretty much, give or take. I'm showing you how we post blog posts, which only takes my time. I'm showing you ideas of creating referral programs which don't cost any money other than time, and also potential opportunities of speaking at events, which hopefully wouldn't cost you a thing either. Driving them to a free opt-in to get an email address and create something of value that's useful for them. But if Arnold Schwarzenegger is doing it, so should you guys, okay? So the idea with all this principle, this formula, like G equals T times C times S, is if we have a higher quantity of traffic coming to our website, and we convert a higher number of those people, if we nurture and do it well, we'll convert more of them into sales in the long haul, right? This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build trust, authority, and get more eyeballs onto your business, right? So we can convert them into leads first, and then we convert them to sales later down the line. But we need to educate and nurture these leads, these new leads coming in, with ways and things of value ongoing. Like we do a Sunday strategy session email newsletter. We do blogs, we do podcasts. We're doing lots of things we can to give value and educate the people and give them trustworthiness, give that trustworthiness, so people hopefully will see what we're doing, buy into what we're doing, and seeing how we're doing it, and want some help from us long term. So you've got to learn to educate these leads. You can't go for the sale straight away. Now, one of the things you've got to do is solve a specific problem, right? Now, I'm going to go into the world of Cricket Matters now. It's gone black for a reason. I've deliberately kept it black, so don't worry, your screen hasn't gone crazy yet. But the idea is for cricketers, they want to score more runs in the game of cricket, right? It's like hitting more home runs in baseball. They want to take more wickets, which is to gain more strikeouts, like in baseball. And they want to be more athletic on the field. They want to be the match hero. They want to be at the end of the game, go to their mates, go to their friends and say, hey, I helped win the game today, and be that star of the show. They want to be that game hero, the VIP or the MVP, if you want to call it in American terms. So to do that, we've got to help these people solve a specific problem. So for those guys, we're helping them get fitter and stronger so they can recover faster and they can play longer and hit the ball harder and further. That's what they want. That's what cricketers want. I know them inside out. The point is, what do your clients want? What specific problems do they have that you can solve? Because once you figure out what problems they have, and there may be multiple problems, okay, you've got to create offerings, i.e. lead magnets of something of high value, free high value, to help them solve that, to build that trust. Now, if you're a chiropractor or an osteopath or a physical therapist, it could be something to help people get out of neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain. If you're a personal trainer, it could be a weight loss tool. If you're a running coach, it could be how to help them increase their running cadence. It could be how to help increase their 5K times or decrease their 5K times even. Something like that. It's got to be something specific to who you are trying to help, to draw in, which is why, hopefully, you see how we're niching down to cricket players. That's our niche in training and business, right? We're focusing after those guys. What's your niche? Because if you're going after everybody and just random weight loss, you get lost in the sea of other millions of other people doing weight loss tips and advice. So we've niched down. So think about what your ideal niche is and what problems they have that you can help them solve for free to then buy into your training services. You got me? So we then, once we nurture and we educate them how we're doing things, and we've helped them somehow for free, we need to get them to drive. We need to drive them to take action. Now, this is one of the websites we built for Bruce Miller up in Scotland. So as you can see here, on a gym website, our call to action is to get started today. Get started right and left, right? They're a gym, small group training facility, and we're trying to get them to take that action, which is to get started today, which is very simply, after they've downloaded the opt-in magnets, lead magnets, we wanted to fill out a form so we can speak to them on the phone, right? That's what we're trying to do. That's it. And if you go onto his website, you'll see his website, and all it is geared towards is getting them to take that first initial step, get started today. That is the call to action we are trying to do. You with me? So growth equals traffic times conversions times sales. Get that ingrained into your head. If you haven't got enough clients and leads, most of the time you think you have a sales problem or maybe even a conversions problem. But in reality, you have a traffic problem, because in all fairness, it's a traffic game. The more volume you have coming to your business and your website, the more chance you are to have to convert them. And the more people you convert and educate them, the more chance you have to have sales. Are you with me? Whew, that's a lot going on here. So very quickly, any questions so far? Any questions so far? As I take a little sip, Andrew and Josh are hopefully still on the call with me here to help out with any questions that may do come through, but anything that doesn't make sense or anything you'd like to know more. And maybe it's just catching up as well. So as I take a sip and a little break, maybe it's time to catch up. If not, we'll dive straight on in and we keep on to the next section. All right, so no questions. Everyone's good. Thumbs up from everybody. Let's go to part 2, which is how to boost traffic, rank higher in Google, and dominate your competition. What about that for a lead? Dominate. That's a great, powerful word that people love to see. So I'm going to ask you all to pronounce that name, if you can. Anyone want to give it a go? It's Machynlleth. It's a Welsh name, right? It's a Welsh name. That's where I was born and where I grew up. It's a tiny little town in the middle of Wales. Why am I going to see this? Our famous town clock, which actually is famous, by the way, not the town clock, the area, for the Red Bull Rampage and downhill mountain biking thing. It's the most brutal downhill mountain bike race in the world. So there you go. Now, why am I going to think about Machynlleth? Why would I want you to get to think about Machynlleth? Well, I mean, imagine you want a coffee in Mach, right? That's what we call it, Mach. You're in Mach and you want a coffee. You have no idea where anything is. And I know for a fact there is one really good coffee shop in Machynlleth, but you can't find it on the main street. What would you do? Think about it for a second. What would you do? I'd like to think you open up your phone and go on Google. You go to Google, you see what the reviews are, you find it on Google Maps, and you'll find your way there. Let's say you're in Machynlleth as well, and you wanted a mechanic, right? You want to find a mechanic because your tire's broken now, the engine is conked out, whatever it is, right? What do you need to do? You'll go onto Google and you'll search for these businesses because you have no idea where it is. You may get lost. Again, I'll choose coffee shop and mechanic in Machynlleth as a good example because they are hidden in the back streets. They're really hidden. It's almost impossible to find the two of them. So to do that, you've got to go into Google to find it, and then you follow the maps to get there, and then lo and behold, you'll have coffee and a mechanic. What do you think people are doing when they're looking for a personal trainer near them? It's exactly the same principle, right? It's exactly the same principle. So people will look for a personal trainer near them if they don't know anything about you, or if it's a referral, guess what they'll do? They'll type your name into Google and they'll look for your name and your business, right? So the point is, all roads lead to Rome. Wherever your referral, your traffic comes from, we've got to understand this. All roads lead to Rome. People are using Google to find your business, to see and decide if they want to do business with you. Therefore, you need to be showing up on Google to be found if you're a local business. If you're an online trainer, it's similar, slightly different, but we'll get to that another time. This is for more local businesses, local personal trainers who are dealing with people in person in their local area. So here's a question. Who refers the most traffic to your website on the web? Where do you think, and just look at businesses in general, where do you think most people get referrals to their website on the web, right? It's an interesting question, this, because everyone thinks, well, they'll see me on social media. They'll click the links on social media. This is the data, people. This is the data for the top 170 websites in the world, the top, from Amazon and Apple here. They get 63.41% of all traffic to their website via Google. Next up is Bing and Microsoft, which is 7.21%, YouTube at 3.5%, Facebook at 3.5%, Twitter at 2.3%, and it just goes all the way down there. Google is the largest referrer of traffic to your website on the planet. Now, what about the other websites that don't make the top 170? Well, it goes up to 72.48%. 72.48% of all traffic to your website comes from Google. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Look how Instagram's at 0.43%, right? Look how low that is. It is incredible how little that traffic refers to your business. Why is that? Why are social media websites so low in sharing sharing web traffic to them? It's simple. Social media platforms have one goal: to keep you hooked on their platform, to keep you engaged as long as possible, so you stay within their platform, so they can show you more ads, and they can make more money, essentially, right? They have no reason to take you off their platform. When you get in there, they want you hooked. They want you hooked in there. They don't want you to go off. So what do people do? Now, this is confirmed. We did a great podcast yesterday with Matt Diamante, and he confirmed he's seeing this. He's gone from 0 to 171,000 followers in less than 12 months. And he's found that people don't come to him from Instagram. They're coming to him from organic traffic. Same thing here. So the point is, people, think about your own journeys. They'll become aware of somebody, traffic, interest on social media, but then they'll come off and they'll then go into Google and search for you, and they'll start to make their decision about you on Google. So Google is such an important part that no one talks about in terms of social media building and growth. It is vital to get new clients and into your business right now. So my question to you right now is, where should you be focusing efforts to drive leads to your business? Are you focusing all your attention onto social media and not getting anywhere like most people right now? Or should you be thinking about, what does my presence look like on Google? What does it look like there? Am I ranking number one? Am I ranking number one in the Google Map Pack, the 3 list here now, where 86% of people go in most of the time? Am I present when people search for best gym in town, best personal trainer in Machancheth, as an example? Are you there? Are you present? Because if not, you've got to fix this first. We've got to address this area here, because you may have a traffic issue, but I can't guarantee you probably have a conversion issue as well. So you need to get this right here. Set up home base, right? This is your home base. This is your Rome, right? Here, set up Rome before you start to drive more traffic. And then when you drive more traffic and it's not converting, and you can see the traffic going up, then we can fix the conversions. And we fix conversions, we can fix the sales. You with me? I hope this is all making sense and falling into place. Is everyone still asleep? Is everyone awake there? No one's asleep here. So again, Google should be your factor here. We got to make sure we're optimizing our business to become thinking like a big business, but for small business owners. We need to optimize for this. And it's not as hard as you think, I promise. All right? So, yes, I'm saying we should focus on Google, but that doesn't mean stop posting on social media. It really doesn't, right? The idea of social media is creating awareness that drives them to Google. Okay? So I'm definitely not saying that. It's a multi-dimensional, almost like Marvel's universe or multiverse almost. There's multiple ways to get traffic, but home base, Rome, is your website. So don't stop posting on social media. That's important. Don't stop posting on, going to networking meetings. Keep doing that, meeting people, going out and about, do all this stuff, right? But the point is, you're creating awareness to drive people to Google, to go to your website, so they can learn more about you, so they can opt into a free lead magnet, and you can start to nurture them, to look after them. All right? This is where we're going with this. The question is, where do we start? Where do we start with all this? If you're thinking, holy crap, right, James, no, I don't rank number one on Google. James, I don't rank in the map packs. Where do we start? What do we do? Well, don't worry. I'm going to share with you now what I think is the most important principle. It's the Holy Trinity principle in Google marketing and get you present, and what your focus should be. Because if you get this right, I promise you, you will never have to worry about new leads coming into your business ever again. That's a bold promise, but I promise you it is so true, particularly if you're a local business. Right? I've seen it time and time again. We're talking anywhere from 2 to 3 new clients a month. For some people, that's huge. Up to 10 to 15 new clients a month if you get this right. So, what is the Holy Trinity principle? It is this. Now, why have I chosen Jeep Tours in Sedona? Well, very simply, this is the best example I could find online. It was something I actually ethically stole from another marketer who was talking about ads and how people come up perfectly. The Holy Trinity principle is what we coined it as. But look at this. Now, part one of the Holy Trinity Trinity principle is having an ad at the top that appears at the top. So here we have Sedona Jeep Tours, right? Imagine it's pink Jeep Tours, because normally it's pink Jeep Tours that come up here. But imagine that's pink Jeep Tours. Look where they come in the locations in the maps. Pink Jeep Tours. Go underneath all the questions. Look what comes up now. Pink Adventure Tours, Sedona Jeep Tours sell out fast, right? Most people skip the ads. I think less than 2% of people click on ads on Google these days. Think about what you do. Think about your user behavior. They don't click on the ads, but the ads there serves as a purpose. It gives real estate for you and visibility. It's just brand awareness. Now, if they scroll down a bit further into the map pack, which is this thing here, they see pink Jeep Tours again for the second time. Guess what happens? You're going to be high on their priority. Now, Sedona Jeep Tours is second. That's pretty good too. So Sedona there, you're fresh in their memory. But if that was pink Jeep Tours, pink Jeep Tours, pink Jeep Tours here, you are winning, right? Where do you think they're going to click? Over 80% of all clicks goes to position number 1 on Google. 80%. Guess what? That's free. That is free. If you get to position 1 in Google, that is free clicks for you. You're not paying any money. You're not doing any advertising to it. You are getting it free. Likewise for the Google Map Pack. See how important this is. You may be paying a couple of dollars a day for the top ad, but that's okay, right? It's just there as branding. Most people don't click it in the first place anyway. But the point is, we've got to get us here into this idea. Now, if you're not number 1 in Google Maps, you're not number 1 on the top of the Google, don't do the Google ads yet. There's no point to it. So we start with the Google Map Pack first, right? So we always start by ranking number 1 on the Google Map Pack. But how the hell do we do that? How do we do that? To rank number 1, you need to do 3 things. Number 1 is a website that's indexed by Google. I can't tell you enough times. Yeah, I got a website. It doesn't work. That's because Google is not indexing it, right? It doesn't index it. And I'll share with you how to index it in a second. Number 2 is most people don't have a Google business profile. As simple as that is, I see it time and time again, or it's a Google business profile that hasn't been optimized for their business. And number 3 is they haven't got at least 50 plus reviews. Now, 50 plus reviews could become 100 plus reviews or 150 plus reviews, depending on how competitive your area or your market is. But we see as a baseline 50 plus reviews as a starting point. So if there's anything out of this presentation you learned today is Google Search Console. Google it, quite literally. Google Search Console and get your business listed into it as fast as possible. That will tell you more insights about your business, what people are searching for, how people are finding you, and give a way for Google to index your website faster, right? That is so important, so important, right? So get your website into Google Search Console to see exactly what's going on, and there is where it'll start to learn about where you ranked and what you're doing, right? So Google it. Right. Oh, Josh Hughes on here now as well. He's on a website with us and he's ranking and done all this stuff as well. So the point is, like, Google Search Console is where you're going to start. Number 2, Google My Business. You've got to have a Google My Business profile. If you haven't got a Google My Business profile, you're not going to be found on the Google Maps. If you're not found on the Google Maps, you're not going to be found on Google, and you need to get this built out. Now, what does that look like? Imagine this on the right-hand side, which ties in with the reviews section of the next bit. So we've used Simon Bradbrook here now from London. This is a good case study because he's in a very competitive area in London, right? And that's really hard to rank for. Now, if you look on the right-hand side here, he has his Google business profile. It's set up. He's also in Google Search Console because we set that up for him. He's here for his name, which is what we look for here now. But he has 52 reviews. We've gone from less than, I think it was 5 or 6 reviews to 52 reviews in the space of a few months. And it made a huge difference to his rankings. Now, he's in London. He wasn't appearing on page 14. He's now the bottom of page 1 on where his ranking is. It's not where we want to get him to get to, But all we did is this. We got him listed in the Google Map Pack. Look at that. He's at the bottom. Stronger Body is now listed down here. He's got 52 reviews. And we've started to build it here now. We're building awareness for him. So stage one is doing this. Google Search Console, Google Business Profile, get 50 plus reviews for your business and optimize this so people can find you on here. That's stage one, right? Whew, hope it's making sense to everybody here. Who's got questions? Who's got any questions? A few questions coming in the chat box. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. I'm going to take another little sip of my coffee here. But hopefully, guys, you're starting to see a different way of thinking, right? Everyone talks about Facebook advertising. Everyone talks about TikTok advertising these days a little bit here now. And paid ads this will help you get 50 clients in X number of days. If we go back to the blog post we've written down on athleticism, Google athleticism, do it right now if you want to do it. See what comes up, where it comes up. We get close to 500,000 hits a month on that blog post alone. 500,000 hits on that blog post alone. It comes number one. Google ranks it as number one. If we wanted that traffic on Google Ads alone, we'd be paying $1 a hit. That's $500,000 a month in advertising. Think about that. We've built content that's valuable in Google. Google trusts us, and we rank number one for all those blog posts we said before. That is free advertising for you guys. People will never find you directly on your homepage most of the time, unless it's a referral or traffic from a networking event. They're going to find you through content, right? Blog posts, videos on YouTube, awareness, whatever it is, they're going to search for you on here. But that's just to put things in perspective of what a good blog post can do for you guys, right? And how much traffic it can generate it. Same with the cricket one. For us, we get so much traffic to Cricket Matters. That's how most of our leads are now coming from. We haven't posted anything there for 6 months, essentially, because we let it just tick over in the background as we're building Strength Matters and revamping Strength Matters. So lots of things happening, but I want you to think differently about advertising and marketing and think of the time-effective ways you can do this for your business, okay? And number three, part three is how do you convert more traffic into leads and sales? Right, I'm glad Josh Hughes is on here because we're going to use him as an example in a second. So again, let's go back to that theory of all roads lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. So whatever traffic source you have, whether it's online, Google, networking, events, referrals, it all needs to point back to your website because that's your home base. The website is the most important thing for you and your professional branding and image you can possibly have. It's like, I keep using Josh from Strength Matters. Old Josh Kennedy used this example. It's a great example. When he was going for acting jobs, if he submitted a resume with a really crappy profile taken with a selfie phone this year, do you think anybody's going to cast him in any films? No, absolutely not. They need to have a professional bio shot. A website is your professional bio. It's as simple as that, right? And we'll show you some examples of what we mean by this in a second, but professional photos make you stand out. It makes you look like a professional. So when people are searching for you and they look at all this competition around you, you need to have a website that looks professional, not complicated, professional in terms of imagery, and have the right message. So when we're thinking of having websites that rank and you want to get found well, Google has this thing called EAT, which I think is quite appropriate for the fitness industry. EAT, expertise or experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust, right? You've got to show your experience on there, right? You've got to show your experience. Google's to see what you have. You've got to share your opinions and your objectives, ethically and also professionally, to show that you know what you're talking about, which comes down to expertise, right? How much does the creator have expertise, skill, or knowledge in the subject? By doing this, you've got to show this. That's how Google ranks you. These are the 4 caveats and 4 parts to Google rating and ranking your business. Now, are you authoritative? Does it have an authoritative feel about it? And is it trustworthy? Now, you may be asking, what the hell does any of this mean? But Google EAT is what the ranking factors are to help you rank your website higher. Now, in personal trainer language, what the hell does all that mean? Let's break it down very simply. So, number 1, fast. Think of the time you've been to a website that hasn't loaded quickly enough. What do? You click off it, right? You click off it. People don't want to wait around any time. So if your website takes over 3 seconds to load, bye-bye, see you later, I don't want to hang around. Google knows this. Therefore, it rates experience as a fast experience really important. So if you take 2 equal websites, one is way faster than the other, the faster website will always win. right? It wants to rank fast, which is why every website we build, we make sure it's super fast, super quick every single time, because we know it gives us a bump up and a boost in our competition, because we know, I'm quite proud of this, that most people can't build websites as fast as us. That's just what we do. Now, to find out how fast your website is, and if it is any fast, just Google PageSpeed Insights, go and have a look at it, and just put your website details in it. It's really simple. It's really easy. It's a free tool that Google gives you because they want to help. They want to help you build better websites, to help provide better content for people out there in the web universe. So go to Google PageSpeed Insights. You can do it now. You can do it later. But just type in your website address in and see how fast it ranks. Now, here's what I did earlier. You can see here the date, 3rd of April, 2024 at 12:16 p.m. UK time. And it's Josh Hughes from Signature Kettlebell over in Covington, WA, right? So if you can see here on the actual webpage, on mobile, it's coming across as 93%, which is unheard of, by the way, just saying. And then we get 100% on desktop on the right-hand side. That's how fast we build the websites, no matter what we do. We know this because to get you ranking higher, it's got to be fast. If you're not in the 90% on your website, you have a website speed issue, right? And to help you rank better, you need to have it fast. So speak to your web developer, speak to us, whoever it is, I don't really mind. But the point is, that is your first point of call. So to become an EAT website and show trustworthiness and authoritativeness, it's got to be fast. Next up, it's got to be indexed by Google. We've talked about this before. It's got to be indexed by Google. It's got to be in Search Console, right? So it's got to be seen by Google. You've got to be proven and seen to be a professional business. If it's just a random website in the middle of everywhere, you become one of the other 96% of all pages in Google not being found organically every month. That's right, 96% of all pages don't get found organically in Google every single month. Top 4% get found, right? So you need to be found in Google. You've got to provide helpful tips. Blogging is not dead. Blogging is not dead. You are there to try and create helpful information. And the more helpful you are, the more Google will reward you with pumping your website up higher the ranks they may be. So you've got to create great content that ranks, that's useful to people. People are searching for it, and people want to know more and read more about you. So you've got to create helpful tips, helpful solutions, and create answers to the questions that people have. Right, which means blogging is not dead. It's why we still do it, everybody. Why we get so much traffic to it every single month. Right, so you've got to be helpful as well. And then finally, you've got to have a clear message. Google needs to know exactly what you do. You with me? It needs to know exactly what you do and what services you offer. Most websites are a complete jumbled mess when you go to it. They have no idea what they're talking about, and they have services all over the place. They have no logic and rhyme and reason. Therefore, you can have a clear message and a clear structure so Google can go, I like this. This makes sense, because it costs Google money every time to crawl your website. So it wants to find out more about your website in the least amount of time possible, because it saves them money, quite simply. So ideally, you should be able to get to every single page on your website within at least 2 to 3 clicks. All right? Just think about it. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples of this. Now, just Google personal trainers and coaching in Cardiff as an example. So I have no idea who this guy is, but this is an example of a website that is currently ranking #1 in Cardiff. If I wanted to create a personal training business in Cardiff right now, I would be quite confident to rank #1 in the next 6 months quite easily, right? I'm really confident in that, because there's no competition in terms of websites. There's no competition in terms of what the messaging is here. Now, team price, I don't know you, nothing personal against you, mate. However, what is this guy doing? Some kind of body composition, some kind of body transformation type thing. But what it tells me is there's no clear message. All I know is it's about him. Front and center, it's about him. It should be about the clients. What can you do for them? He is half-naked man. Look at my ripped body. I'm the head strength and conditioning coach for the Cardiff Devils. It's all about him, not about the clients. Most personal trainer websites are all about them, not about the clients and what you can do for them. If he'll convert some people, absolutely. He'll get some people who want to look like that and get ripped like that, absolutely. The other 90% will walk away straight away. We're trying to convert and help the other 90%, right? So when people land on your website, they need to have a clear message of what it is you do, how you do it, and what do I do next. You've got 3 seconds to land the page to know what to do next, okay? So this is going back to Bruce Miller's from up in Scotland's website. It's simple. It's nothing fancy, right? He is Berwickshire's leading gym and small group training facility. So people looking for gym in Berwickshire or gym in Duns where he lives, they're going on to that link, right? And they're saying, all right, cool. So this is what they do. We help people look better, feel cool. This is how it gets started. So you can see straight away what they're trying to do. A little bit more niche. Sam Attard, who's like an absolute star at the moment, whose content's ranking #1 at the moment too, for a number of things, she's a leading Ayurvedic practitioner for natural PMS and period pain relief. That's what she does to help people. It tells them straight up front, right, what it is. It's a clear message. Google knows she's based in Buffalo, and we know that we need to do book a free strategy call next. Those are just clear examples of what we're going to do. Clear messaging helps Google know what you're doing, helps you rank better, and also helps to lead and convert more clients into sales, right? And then, as I've already alluded to, what are the calls to action? We need to get into the website and take a call to action, whether it's that lead magnet, which I showed you before, which is download now, or if they've seen enough and go, right, yes, I want to do business with you, what's the call to action next? Now, for gyms, we see it converts better with get started today because they want to get started. It's like an open gym model. It's like it's a small group training model. Get started today is what converts the best for these guys. However, when it comes to personal training, and again, to use Josh Hughes as an example, he had a couple of strategy calls last week. So hopefully, maybe in the comments, Josh, you can say how you got on with them. But what we're doing is we're trying to lead into a strategy call. We find a strategy call converts higher than a consultation or free call or book a call. We're giving people purpose and a reason to give it in. A free strategy call is less salesy, it's less pushy, and it comes across as being helpful. You want a website that's helpful to these people as opposed to pushy and salesy. So when it comes time and they're ready to make a decision, they're going to come on here and they're going to hopefully book a free strategy call, which leads to a 15-minute phone conversation, see what we can do, if we can help them or not, or where to put them in the right direction. It doesn't become a sales call. It's a discovery strategy call. You with me? Now, at the end, I'm going to give you a link, if you haven't got it already, guys, to how to get our free strategy call playbook. So stick around to the end now, and I'll show you a link to get this book to see how we structure our strategy calls here at Strength Matters and how we teach all our clients to do it too. So, questions? Any questions? So I'm covering a lot in this short space of time, and maybe people are feeling a bit overwhelmed, but the point is, hopefully it all makes sense. It's all falling into play, and it's giving you some new ideas and thoughts. Any questions from the crowd who are listening in right now? Any thoughts? Has it changed the way you're thinking today a little bit? Hopefully so. Hopefully so. But it gives you an insight to how we work and how we're growing our business too. A little bit here. So let's quickly recap. What are the 3 things we've learned today? Number 1 is the ultimate small business growth formula, as I call it. Growth equals traffic times conversions times sales. Most people think they have a sales problem, when in reality, they have a traffic problem. They don't have enough traffic coming to their business in the first place. And when they have that traffic, they don't have a way to convert them. So fix the traffic thing first, then focus on conversions, and then we can work on sales after that. That's the key thing here. Number 2 is, how do you boost traffic, rank higher on Google, and dominate your competition? Hopefully you now understand that you need to rank #1 on Google. How do you do it? I've given you some of the tools to go and do it yourself. It's completely free. It's all tools available for free by Google. Crack on, go and do it. Get into Google Search Console, create your Google business profile, and make sure your website's fast. That's what you're going to try and do. And number 3 is, how do you convert more traffic into leads and sales? Well, we've spoken about throughout the presentation. You need to have a longer customer journey. You need to get them to download a lead magnet, nurture them, and then drive them to a get started or a free strategy call type page. It takes longer to convert people into personal training clients. The sum of your actions today is what happened six months ago. It's 90 days to 6 months, right, guys, where we've got to start building this up and leading them to it, right? So there's a lot of time to build into it, and you've got to start getting these leads into the door as soon as you humanly possibly can. So I'll ask you a question. Who's feeling a little bit overwhelmed? Or more importantly, who's feeling a little bit overexcited about what we've just learned today? Who thinks that they can implement this in their business straight away? Who thinks they can? It's all free, guys. All it takes a little bit of effort on your part to go and do it, and you can start driving leads into your business. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit excited and you feel, yes, I can get this done. And it's made you think differently about how you're getting leads and sales and new personal training clients into your business. And it's very different to what other people on the Facebook advertising and marketing guys are saying right now. This is what we're doing to drive clients to our business. Always have done, always will keep doing it. Nobody is looking here and how they're doing it. So while everyone focuses on Facebook ads, zig, go the other way, and focus on this area here is my best advice. So if you haven't followed me already and want to learn more about what we're doing behind the scenes, please be my friend, as I always say. Go on to Twitter, Instagram, Strength Matters. We're mostly posting on Instagram and YouTube at the moment, and then me personally on Instagram and also Twitter, or X as you want to call it. We have a podcast. If you don't know about our podcast, so literally it's on here on YouTube, or you can go to Spotify or YouTube or Apple as well. Make sure you subscribe and review to it. Listen to it. We do a daily podcast Monday through Friday, 10-minute episodes each time, guys, showing you how to grow your health and fitness business. So please subscribe. Loads of free content. There's like hundreds of episodes in there to help you work your business. And hopefully you'll get a little nugget of gold to help you get to where you want to get to. Now, as I promised, the other thing, classic Steve Jobs styling. Guys, one more thing. I spoke about the free strategy call playbook. If you haven't got a copy already, this is how we have a salesy solution to convert more leads into clients and patients. It's as simple as this, right? So we always drive people into a strategy call. So if you want it, very simply, you can see one of our automation marketing sequences as well. Here we go. You can funnel hack it or whatever you want to do with it. So add Strength Matters as a contact to your phone. That's our international number. That's the bat phone, sometimes we like to call it. Add that number. Just message playbook. Just send us the word playbook into WhatsApp, and we'll send you the link to download the free strategy call guide. That's it. That is literally it, guys. So go Strength Matters as a contact, add that number, text us or WhatsApp us the word playbook, and download the free strategy guide, and we'll give you a copy for absolutely free. And then finally, if you do want us to have a look at your website for you and just say, hey, what's working, what's not working, if you've got a few issues with it, as always, go to strengthmatters.com/audit. We will give you a free audit. We'll tell you everything that needs to be done. And if you want help it, we can help you. If not, at least you know what you need to do to help you grow your personal training or fitness or gym business. So strengthmatters.com/audit if you'd like us to have a look at your website and actually take action and to see what you need to do if it's not converting the way it should be. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This is the first ever webinar Wednesday session. We are going to do this more regularly. This is part of our marketing strategy to educate you guys and show you what we're doing behind the scenes. And I think we'll show more stuff down the line of what we're doing at Cricket Matters and how we're doing that too. So you can just kind of copy what we're doing, basically. Hope it gives you an idea of what we're doing. I've really enjoyed speaking and sharing with you guys. Hope it all makes sense. Send us a WhatsApp playbook. Make sure you book in for free audit if you'd like it too. And we'll see you next time on Webinar Wednesday. Cheers, guys. And as we say in Mahamkef, ciao for now, as I say in Kando.